interesting banjo here. I guess these are fairly rare. It's the first one I've ever seen like this. It's a Luscomb banjo, and it's a banjourine, they call this. It's got a somewhat fancy inlay on the neck. Hell, you can see the whole thing in the frame. Pretty neat. Luscombs are great banjos. If you're not familiar with them, they really are great. They all have, all the ones that I've seen, they have this wooden tone ring in there. Y'all may be able to see that the tone ring is actually a little thin piece of wood. Let's see if I can show you the label in there. It says Luscomb banjo, patented 18 and 88. And then it's also stamped on the side there. I hope y'all can see that. But these things are just built like little tanks. It's a solid metal rim, but it's thin. It's not terribly heavy, but it is a solid metal rim with that wooden tailpiece in there. And these suckers are built. I had one for years. I recently sold it to a friend, but I had a standard Luscomb banjo like this. Had a 12-inch pot and a standard scale neck, and just plain position markers, and the same peg head, same construction otherwise. I had that for years since I was a kid. I think I bought that when I was 16 years old. Played it for many years and really loved it. They're great. I think that these Luscomb banjos, anyone I've ever picked up that had steel strings on it, I just didn't like the way it sounded. But for some reason, if you put nylons or guts on these Luscomb banjos, they sound much better. They sound great. And my standard scale Luscomb was probably still one of the best sounding banjos I've ever heard. I don't know why I sold it. Anyhow, just a neat banjo, a real neat piece of history. Let's take another closer look at this. Now, this would be great for, I guess for playing classical music or something. I imagine these were originally made to be played in bands. There's the old tailpiece that's on it. It's got a 13-inch pot and just a little tiny short scale. I forget. It's 18 inches or so, the scale. Little tiny scale on this banjo. And you can see that the fingerboard comes down over the head and is above it. Just a real treat to play. It's a lot of fun. And it's definitely got a heck of a sound with this big old 13-inch pot. Probably, it plays good overhand. It's fine, but it's clearly was designed for guitar style finger picking to be played in a band. It's got an armrest on it there. Real interesting piece. This may be the original head. It kind of looks like it is to me. It's hard to say. But this banjo has not been played very much. I think, like what happened with a lot of instruments like this, I think it was bought and wasn't played very much, But holler at me if you're interested in this. It is for sale. Thanks for looking.